people can rewatch them if they're ever confused, right, when they're doing their homework. It kind of helps. So solving more complicated equations. We now know how to do one-step equations, right? And we're really good at them. You actually know how to do two-step equations. I forgot about that. I should have done some of those on the board too, but that's okay. But, okay, so Thorne, pay attention, right? We are going to, we also know how to use the distributive property. You guys remember the distributive property? Right? A number next to a parenthesis like this, like you have 2 parenthesis x minus 1.
Oh, yeah.
It means I'm going to multiply the 2 times the x and the 2 times the negative 1, which is 2x minus 2, right? 2 times x is 2x, minus 2 times 1 is 2, right? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do equations now that include those kind of things in there. So, if I said, for the first example, I have 2 parentheses, x minus 1 equals 8. That's my first problem. So before I can solve this, I have to get rid of the parentheses. Okay? You can't solve these without getting rid of the parentheses. So I'm going to multiply using the distributive property. Always put your arcs in there. It's the people that don't put the arcs in there that forget to multiply the 2 times the negative 1. A lot of people mess up and they say that's 2x minus 1. It's not 2x minus 1, it's 2x minus 2, right? You see the difference?
Yes.
I got to multiply it. Okay, so now by multiplying it out, I've got 2x minus 2 is equal to 8. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Now, homework over the weekend was two-step equations. This is now a two-step equation. Before, it was like a multi-step equation. There's 3 steps. But now it's a 2-step. The first thing I do, I want my x's all by themselves. What's in the way? The negative 2's in the way, right? And what do I do to move it to the other side?
Add.
Yes. If that's a negative, I put a plus here, right? And I add 2. I put a plus 2 here, and I draw my line. And now suddenly I have 2x, and then that's really plus 0, right? But I don't need to write plus 0, because 0 is nothing, right? Are you writing this down, Thor? Where's your notes? Have you written any of this down? Can you watch it? Because you guys need this for homework. This is really important. Everything I put on the board should be in your notes. All right? Everything. Everything. 2x, that's 0, so I'm not going to have to write anything, equals 10. Right? Now you guys know what to do, right? 2 times x, the opposite of times is divide. I just put a line for divide. Right, Henry? That line for divide. 2, line, that means divide by 2. So x is equal to, because those cross into a 1, cross out as 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Not so hard. Okay. How much time do we have? Okay.
Oh, wow.
So those are pretty easy, right? Now I'm going to throw one more level of complexity into this. So here we go. Problem number 2. We have, let's say, 2 parenthesis 2x minus 7 minus 2x equals 11. Okay? So right now, that's a complicated problem, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to first get rid of the parentheses. So I do my little arcs. Boom, boom. Can't do anything until you get rid of the parentheses. 2 times 2x. What's that?
4x.
4x. All right. Minus, or the way I usually do it, I think of 2 times negative 7. What's that? Negative 14. So I put negative 14. The negative just becomes my minus sign. And then I have minus 2x, I just have to rewrite that, equals 11. Now, are there any like terms? We've talked about like terms, right?
Yeah.
Are there any like terms on the left side of the equal sign? Yes, Victoria.
4x
4x and
and 2x.
2x, they both have x's, right? They are therefore like terms. That says I have 4 x's, x plus x plus x plus x. I have like 4 people, 4 x's, right? And that says I'm taking 2 x's or 2 people away from the 4, right? So I am going to do that. I am going to combine these two. 4x minus 2x
Oh.
is what?
2x.
2x, right? I have 4 of them. I'm taking 2 of them away. I only have 2 left. So I have 2 x's, and then I still have to write my minus 14 equals 11. Would you agree with me? I incorporated everything, that this is the same thing as this, really?
Yeah.
All right. Now we have a 2-step problem, right? I want the x's all by themselves. They have to be isolated. That's the word they use in math. You isolate the x's, right? We're isolating the x's, so we're going to, since they subtracted 14, we're going to add 14. We're going to add 14. Draw my line, 2x. This is 0. I don't have to write anything there, right? 14 minus 14, that's 0. So equals, what is 11 plus 24?
That's 14.
I mean,
20
11 plus 14
25.
is 25. All right. And now I'm going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. Right? And so now I have x is equal to either 25 halves, which is a valid answer. Right? In algebra, I don't require a mixed number all the time, right? But it's often a good idea. I mean, if you feel like it, go for it. What did you get? 12.5. Half of 25. Half of 24 is 12. So half of 25 is 12.5. 12 and a half, or 12.5. Some people might have written it as 12 and 1/2. So those are your answers, right? You see how we did it? We first got rid of the parentheses by using the distributive property. Then we looked for like terms. And I sometimes in the beginning recommend that you just start to put a square or a box around the like terms, right? Like, I mean, if there were more than, I mean, if let's say I had 2 plain numbers as well, I might put circles around those, right? If I had negative 14 and negative 7 or something, I might put a circle around those 2 numbers and put boxes around the ones that have the x's so that I can keep them separated. So I did 4x minus 2x is 2x minus 14. Then I just subtracted my 14 to get my x's isolated. And then I want to know what 1x is, so I divide by the number in front of the x on both sides. And I get 25 over 2. Yes, question?
I lose you right when right under 2x minus 14 equals 11.
Right here?
Yeah, right,
Right
there.
here. All right. So,
No.
oh, right here?
Yeah.
All right, so we have, would you agree with me that once we added 14, those become 0, right?
Yeah.
So therefore I just have 2x all by itself on this side equals 4 plus 1 is 5 and 1 plus 1 is 2, so 25, right? So I have 2x equals 25. Now I want to know what 1x equals. I'm solving for x. And the way you always do that is you just divide by the number in front of the x. Right, but then the trouble is we have an odd number here and we're dividing it by an even number, by 2.
Yeah.
And odd numbers don't go in, you can't divide an odd number evenly. So you're going to end up with a fraction or a mixed number. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And all right, so that's it. So I'm going to give you the homework and it's due tomorrow.
Is it another worksheet? Yeah.
It is a worksheet.
I feel a lot of worksheets.
I'm moving more towards worksheets.
Yay!
Yes. Laugh it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Gary, did you turn off this video? She's like, hey! Wow.
Dude, you just got onto the video.
Oh boy.
Does he edit?
You miss me, Gary. Scary.